Guide this morning, Osei Assibey and Gifty Owusu-Afriyie charged over NSA theft, and it appears that the Attorney General has finally come through with some initiation of processes against these two individuals who allegedly were involved in a myriad of corruption-related issues, allegedly at the National Service Authority. So we wait to see how the prosecution will unfold. But for now, these two individuals, Osei Assibey Gifty, the immediate past Director General, actually, and the immediate past Deputy Director, Gifty Owusu-Afriyie, also on the front page here of the Daily Guide this morning. And the charges, we understand, are varied for the two individuals. So you want to grab a copy of the Daily Guide so you have more insight into that. KGL Group congratulates the Black Stars over their victory and qualification for the World Cup. 11 children, 4 others die in Cataracts boat disaster. We understand that NATMO is moving in to deal with the situation. Kwehuni goes tough on Galamsey operations. That's also one of the stories that the Daily Guide is focusing on this morning. And Agona Royal Family Drags the Intra Chief to House of Chiefs. So these are some of the stories you'd find on the front page of the Daily Guide this morning.
We go to the Ghanaian Times now. Ghana to have female president soon. This is President Mahama predicting. J. Kojo market fire victims send SOS to the government, and cataract tops blindness causes in Ghana as country struggles to meet surgery target. This is the Ghana Health Service. Now, relief at last. Nurses, midwives to receive 10 months salary arrears. This is according to the Health Minister, Mr. Kwabena Mintah Akando. And if you go to the back page of the Ghanaian Times, Agric Minister lauds smallholder farmers for global food production. And there's a story that makes me happy. 13 communities in Yape Kusol constituency connected to the national grid. Why does this story make me happy? I've always said that we have a lot of politicians from the north who come down south into the central government and wield a lot of influence. But that influence doesn't reflect in development in their constituencies and in the north. So if I see any politician using the authority and the access he has to send development back home, I'm happy. So this is John Jinapo, Minister of Energy, sending energy to his own people who have been denied access to power for years. Now, I expect this to be equitably distributed to all the other parts of the north, and I expect every other minister to ensure that their budget is equitably distributed. And northern politicians, go back home and change the fortunes of your people. Don't come down south and drive in your V8 and live in those big mansions that you build down south and build some in the north that you hardly occupy. Let your people feel that they voted for you and they are getting the results from you. So, John Jinapo, why are there? Spread it to the other parts of the north. This is what you expect you guys to do.
Okay, let's do the Daybreak newspaper this morning.
Yeah.
The general himself, General Mosquito, is storming the Volta region. Guess what? It appears that the thank you tour will continue. So this one will be for 3 days in the Volta region with Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Johnson Asidu Nketia, storming that part of the country after doing Eastern, I believe, and some other parts of the country. He's still on this thank you tour, just to say thank you to the constituencies that did well by raising more votes for the NDC.
For the first time in this country, we've seen a party chairman going on a thank you tour. Normally, presidents do. But, Kojo, I need to say good morning to Kwame Sow, my senior from Mauli School. Yes. Not that I met him in Mauli School, but, he's listening now. And his 7-year-old daughter, Melike, is a lover of cats as pets.
Okay.
And so let's say good morning to Melike, because she's listening to us right now.
Right.
And Melike, good morning to you. We hope you're doing very well. Pardon your uncles, okay?
Yes.
Cats are supposed to be pets for you. Yes. We appreciate that. Please, let's go.
Okay, still on the Daybreak newspaper, Asidu Nketia's son resigns as MIIF Deputy CEO. Some would say MIF, so depending on how you want to pronounce that. He's resigning from office, and KGL Group here again congratulating the Ghanaian Black Stars for, of course, securing that spot at the World Cup. So that's a good news coming through. Ghana loses value for money as project costs surge by 70 billion Ghana cedis. That's according to the National Development Planning Commission report. That's what the new report is indicating to us. And contractor locks Odobeng SHS over 14-year-old debt. It looks like they've not paid him in a long while, and that's part of the reasons why he's locking up the school.
Now let's go to the Economy Times. IMF reposes strong confidence in Ghana's economy as it concludes fifth review of the $3 billion extended credit facility. Ghana's delegation in the US for IMF World Bank 2025 joint meetings and improving Ghana's economic success. Economists recommend diversification of production amidst effective policy coordination. They're saying we should do better and diversify, realign the economy, and a lot of advice for us. We need to diversify our production base and have effective policy coordination.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like something we've said over and over and over.
Yep.
What's changed? We say that... Anyway, it's okay. But let's get into other papers.
The Catalyst newspaper. So there's a bigger story about Jakpa and the Attorney General, Godfrey Yeboah-Adame, because the Catalyst is reporting that former AG runs from his own shadow, seeks refuge under some provisions under the law. Issues of estoppel are all coming into play here. Looks like this issue is never going away right now. So that's what the Catalyst is talking about this morning. We don't buy Galamsey gold. That's according to the Chief Executive Officer of the Gold Board, Sami Chemfi, who's now been speaking, I believe, tonight as well. Will be on PM Express to explain more on this whole controversy surrounding how Gold Board is sourcing their gold. Sustainability questions coming up all across. 84% of Ghana's hospitals are without life-saving oxygen. This is very, very crucial. We ought to fix this, and probably the health minister and his team are listening this morning. They might want to move in and deal with this. The perfect NLA KGL deal, how the driver KGL became very important to the car owner. Well, it looks like there's some explanation being provided by Razak Opoku. It looks like Winston, you were talking about him yesterday as well. Well, revenue targets missed by 5% despite strong growth. That's also one of the figures you might want to check out on that. And Health Minister intervenes to save insultingness from sanction. He says our Health Minister is a drama king, and he was queried for that. She was queried for that, actually.
But anyway.
Yeah, but why would you call your health minister a drama king?
Well, let's get into the online news review. It's online, Kojo.
My Joy Online, Osei Assibey Gifty Owusu-Afriyie charged in 653 million Ghana cedi NSA ghost names and fraud scandal. That's the big story on My Joy Online. There's another story that is catching my attention this morning. Publicly funded but close to the public, Ghana's premium hospitals shut out NHIS patients. It's something we really need to follow up on. There's a story on the speaker election. Adjo Asafo never voted for me. This is the speaker, Bagbin, speaking. Finance Minister leads Ghana's delegation in 2025 IMF World Bank annual meetings in Washington, D.C. 343 mining rights granted, with mining creating about 1.1 million jobs in 2024. This is an NDPC report. On the SkyTrain, Professor Ameya Okunfi's lawyer withdraws legal service, and it's interesting. On this day in 2021, I was actively posting about the SkyTrain, and I was asking questions. For example, we've not done any technical feasibility, we've not done any proper financial feasibility, but the president had signed a concession agreement for a $2 billion SkyTrain. What informed that, and what form of concession was that, and how are we going to deploy the SkyTrain within budget and on time? All these questions we asked, but the SkyTrain, we've not seen it, but there are issues to do with the SkyTrain, and Ameya Okunfi is in the news this morning for that. Now, Jakpa denies frustrating PhD students, insists on upholding academic integrity. Fisherman remanded over theft of 50,802 mobile phones, and WHO warns of contaminated India cough syrups. There are some other stories. In Nigeria, teaching halted as Nigerian lecturers go on strike. So those are stories from my Joy Online. If you go to citynewsroom.com, CD is still Africa's best performing currency in 2025. This is according to the World Bank. The Adjusafo Gbagbin story is also here. Gbagbin says that Adjusafo didn't betray NPP in speaker election. And Ghana's telecom law encourages corruption. This is Dr. Kweku Boadu speaking. And Ghana must align professions with development needs. Ofosu Dote speaking. Ghana must align professions with development needs. And those are some of the stories on citynewsroom.com. If you go to BNFT, SEC cracks down on investment scams. Deputy AG is talking to GRA to bridge businesses trust deficits. So that is not GRA. Sorry, Deputy AG touts Sierra to bridge business trust deficits, and AGI urges. I beg your pardon. AGI urges bold reforms to unlock industrial potential. Remember the story we brought to you from Kumasi yesterday. The regional chairman of AGI is urging the government to walk the talk, okay, and put their money where their mouth is. Then basically he's saying that you cannot say you want to drive industrial growth if you're not buying local stuff. You cannot be buying sanitary parts. You cannot be buying school feeding supplies from other countries and buying all the things you need and claim you want to support local industrial growth. So that story is also on my Joy Online. Can we bring you the details now?
Sure, let's get into the details.
The Amial Kumfi story is here on page 3 of the Ghanaian Times. The story says lawyers for Professor Christopher Amial Kumfi have withdrawn from representing him in his ongoing trial at the High Court in Accra. That's one story. Now, there's also the story of the nurses and midwives' salary to drop sometime soon. It's in the center spread of the Ghanaian Times. The story says that unpaid nurses and midwives who have been working for the past 10 months will begin receiving their salaries from November 1, following financial clearance granted by the Ministry of Finance. We are talking about cancer this month, but cataract is also in the news. Cataract tops blindness causes in Ghana as country struggles to meet surgery targets. This is the Ghana Health Service speaking. The story says Ghana performs only 10% of cataract surgeries required annually, a rate far below the 30% target recommended by the World Health Organization. So those are stories from Ghanaian Times.
Okay, can we get into the details, Blessed?
Probably we should just be doing a bit of this whole charge that we're learning of against these two individuals at the National Service Authority. They are former appointees now, but their case has been out there for quite some time now. Here are some of the facts presented by the prosecution. The prosecution's brief facts are indicating that the National Service Authority established the marketplace platform to alleviate the financial burden of national service personnel who are posted to variety of sectors under the authority. The online platform, it says, allows the personnel to apply for loans and purchase products on hire purchase. Consequently, the NSA registered a limited number of entities as merchant vendors and also other forms of platforms. Now, it says that between February 2022 and March 2024, Gifty Owusu-Afriyie allegedly approached officials of ADB. Then, after approaching them, the accused in October 2020 wrote to the bank and submitted a list of approximately 9,934 ghost names that she generated from the NSA Central Management System. And they go on to talk about some funds also that were released to, I think, the tune of about 78 million plus. Which ADB says they could not approve immediately for her. Okay. So these are some of the, just facts that you see around on this whole case. But of course, it's unfolding. So we wait the AG's presentation in court so that we learn a bit more about the facts. On
Galamsey, the TUC says the government has failed to keep its word. TUC's Dr. Otu is blasting broken promises on Galamsey fight, and he says we must do better in the fight against Galamsey. That story is on My Joy Online.
Okay, I'm interested in the the Galamsey bit. The fact that, look, and I say this, If government wants to deal with illegal mining, it can. The president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, was right in opposition when he said, to deal with illegal mining, you must get the financiers, the big wigs behind illegal mining. And I say the politicians know those who are behind it.
Yeah.
Let's stop this whole pretense. Let's stop it. Why? There is a technology that years ago was brought into this country we didn't really use. When that technology allows you to, actually deny connectivity, so that a whole area would lack connectivity. So nobody's able to call in to say leave, or we're coming in there to swoop on you. So that whoever is engaging in illegal mining is there waiting. Then you go there and just grab everybody. Now what we do currently is that, look, sometimes the people even get information that they are coming there and they leave. We all know this.